My name's Carter Williams. I'm from Wilcox, Arizona. I manage the Cienega Ranch here in southeastern Arizona. It's about 70,000 acres, close to 900 cows. There's a lot of browse here, grass, love grass, a lot of love grass here, mesquite trees, shrubs, a variety of a lot of different feeds. The main reason we probably use this, the Riomax, it really helps these cattle through the winter, supplements them through the winter. They stay in really good condition. It really helps them. We go to breeding, putting breeding bulls on them in March, so they're in good shape when the bulls hit them. Conception rates have been better, I think, the last 2 or 3 years we've been using them. So we've been slowly getting a few more calves every year, building the steel back up where it used to be. I think it's close to 3 years now we've been on them. Go through a couple loads a year, semi-loads of them a year. So this year we branded another 125 calves over what we branded last year, and then each year it's, the year before that I branded 50 calves more than the year before that, and the production's been going up, the conceptions are going up, the calf crops are growing up, and a lot of it's because these cows are staying in such good shape, especially through the winter and the spring when it's dry here. June is one of the driest months down here in this country. If you can get through June and hit the summer range, you're doing pretty good, but a lot of it's because these tubs get them through the deal. So their body scores are staying good where they're cycling back and the bulls are hitting them, and so I believe it really helps. Even these old cows are breeding back. I get rid of a handful of old cows every year that are bred heavier than the rest of them. They're just not going to make it another winter because there's no teeth, but they're fat, good shape, But I got to contribute a lot of it to these tubs. We've tried other tubs. It seems like within a week you're putting new tubs out. They've ate them to the dirt. They just camp on them. These Riomax, they're regulated. They're on them a little bit longer. In the wintertime, I'm going about every 2 weeks. I'm putting tubs out now, and these cows are staying in better shape than what they were eating them in a week. So I think they're getting a lot more productivity out of it, actually. Less cleanup. You don't have to go around and find an empty tub laying underneath a mesquite tree or drive by one somewhere that's out in the middle of nowhere. You just drive out and put another tub out because these will be totally gone. But the first year I was here, took this deal over, the calves were already on the ground. It was a 50% calf crop, no tubs, no supplement whatsoever. We went to using the Riomax. The last few years last 3 years I've been here, I went from 80% to dang near 90-92% on them. So slowly upping it, pretty good. You're not going to get 100% anyway, but it's helped out a lot. Keeping these cattle with feed in front of them. When I got here, pastures were grazed off and stuff, and then the Riomax has helped them, like I said, with this dry grass in the wintertime, or when it's really short and there's not a whole lot for them to eat, and they got these tubs. It really helped them out maintain, which keeps their body in good shape for when them bulls hit them, so they have no problem cycling back. I believe we wouldn't get the conception rate, would be way lower. I run quite a few bulls out here, and but this is kind of some bigger country, and the bulls go lay up and batch off on their own, you know what I mean? So, but I think these tubs have really helped us a lot on the conception deal. They can stay in a pasture a little bit longer than they need to with these tubs, with the help of these tubs. Last year it got pretty dry on us, and I kind of had to use some pastures to save other pastures to go back to if I had to. And anyway, these tubs really helped these cows out. They really stayed. None of them really got poor. None of them. I had a couple old cows that got poor, but other than that, these cows stayed in a really good, probably 6 or 7, body shape. I think these tubs really did a world of good. Their weaning weights the last couple years in this country, a lot of people are weaning 450, 500 pound calves and happy with it. The last 3 years that we've had them on these tubs, I'm weaning 650 pound calves off of these cows. So, and the cows aren't jerked down. Their bodies aren't bad. They're still staying in good body shape. So I think these tubs have really helped us out a lot. I've had some neighbors drive through here with me and look at these cows, and a lot of the same country, similar country, and can't believe our cows are in way better shape than their cows. And it's the same grass, the same, just right across the fence basically. They can't believe that these cows look so good. And another neighbor just the other day called me, "Oh my God, your cows look outstanding. How come our cows don't look that way?" You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys don't supplement. Some of them do, some of them don't. But they just don't. I told them, well, these tubs are helping us quite a bit. I said they're a lot better than some of the other tubs that we've used, and they're really. A lot of people are really impressed. I've got some other people that are finally starting to use the tubs, So they're getting on them and they're seeing the difference in their cows. So we use it's basically kind of a salt meal we get from a mill here in town to help supplement also. It's 27% protein and 22% salt, I believe. So that kind of helps a little bit also. We get it with some Rumensin and some IGR in it, and for the fly controls. And these tubs that have these fly controls, these cows don't have hardly any flies on them, which is really good because they don't sit around and fight flies and lose weight and shrink. And that helps a little bit, but these tubs have really, we went to using the tubs before we went to using the feeders, and it's really turned these cows around pretty good. Weaning these calves and stuff, I really haven't had to doctor any calves. When the steer calves hit the grow yard where we ship them to, they were really impressed with those calves. Very little sickness they had to fight with them this year. The calves didn't bawl. They were pretty impressed with them, and I think it helped those calves gain pretty good. And we just grind some hay up when we wean and feed them in the feed bunks. We'd get a couple a year, just normal stress, and they'd get a little dust pneumonia or something to them, or a little respiratory to them. Last year I didn't doctor any calves after we weaned. So every year it's progressively getting better, but I think it's because a lot of it's because these tubs have been really helping us out on this deal. A lot of our replacement heifers, a lot of times their calves are outweighing the main herd's cows because, and our heifers aren't dropping off. They're staying in good body shape, good body scores on them. They're really good mothers. They're producing a lot of milk, and a lot of times in this country, heifers, when they're shedding teeth and they're losing weight because they can't eat very good, and then they got a calf jerking them down. But our heifers have been staying in really good shape, and I know it's helped breed them back too. I've got rid of 7 or 8 in the last couple of years off different sets of heifers, and on a conception rate, it's been outstanding, 90-95% on the conception rate. So, and I keep them out for them heifers probably more than I do for the cows. And they stay, just because I know they're going to shed teeth and they're going to lose a little bit of weight, but they stay in a really good shape. Ever since they were conceived, they've been on the cows were on Riomax from previous, and then they stay on it through their whole deal here at this ranch. They stay on those Riomax tubs. So I've got there's 2 sets of grown cows now from the last 2 years. They've never been off of them, and that's some of these guys is concerned. They up front they're a little more money, but the guys that went to using them have seen it, in the long run, or guys that come help me in the long run, they see the longevity of it. It brings it back to you in the long run. Yeah, it costs a little more up front, but the end result is where it's at. You're not having to go to the feed store every other day to get more tubs. I've still got a few old cows on here I need to cull this year, and I know their teeth are short, but their old bellies are full, and they're staying in really good shape and raising nice calves. Especially at their age, they're still raising good calves. Usually when they're old, their calves aren't as good, but their calves are just as big as the rest of them. And I know I notice a lot of them are licking on these tubs more than the younger cows do. So I'm pretty sure it's really helping them older cows get through everything. Like I said, in the long run, I think they really pay for themselves. Might even make a little on a deal. You know what I mean? But it's, but yeah, I'm convinced. I'm kind of sold on them. Working on other ranches that use other tubs, and watching these cows the last 3 years on these tubs, seeing the results both ways, I'm really sold on these tubs. Like I said, especially when it's dry, a lot of it will keep their cattle in good shape and help them breed back a lot. That's kind of the 2 main reasons I see, especially in this country. I've got a friend of mine, he runs a lot of kind of beef master crossbred type cows. He went to using them this year, and in his country's pretty rough and it's rocky. And he's even seen a huge difference in his cattle on these tubs this year. They're staying in better shape, and he's got more cows on the ground this year, and he's been on them a full year already. And he says, and usually in the winter, his cows really fall off. But he's really convinced on them too. So.